Hey friends, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Silent Lucidity on Guitar by Queensryche. Again, this one's for the intermediate players, and we'll cover all the guitar parts and do the solo at the end. So let's get into it. So for our intro, we're going to start on the 5th fret on the D, then play the 7th fret on the E, open B, open G. Now you can just play the open G instead of that 5th fret, but it sounds like you're playing the 5th fret there. Now the way I'm picking it, I'm using my thumb for the 5th fret, then my second finger for the E string, my first finger for the B string, and then my thumb again for the G string. So, and then we do the 7E, open B, open G again, so slowly. Then we come back to the 5th fret on the E, play the 5th fret, E, open B, open G, and then we do that again, 5, open, open. Now to finish that off, we just play the 5 on the E, and then we're jumping straight back to the 5 on the D there. So let me do that first part slowly for you. Back to the 5, and then we repeat the whole thing again. So let me do that first part up to speed for you so you can hear how that's going to sound. Then from there we're jumping back to the 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the E, open B, back to the 2nd fret on the D. So, and then do that again, 2nd fret E, open B, 2nd fret D. Then it changes here, we're going to play the 3rd fret on the B, open G, 2nd fret on the D, and do that again, 3, open 2, and then just finish on the 3 on the B strings. So let's play that part slowly, and this is still the intro. The 3, finish on the 3, and then we repeat that again, 2, 2, open 2, 2, open 2, and then back to the 3, open 2, 3, open 2. Now the only difference is the end here, we just play the 3 on the B and then the open G. And that's our intro there, and that part from the 2nd fret on the D to the 2nd fret on the E, we're calling that riff 1. So we play that slowly for you. To the 3. That's our intro there, so let me do the whole thing up to speed for you. Starting on our 5 on the D. So then from there we go into our verse. And we're going to call this first part riff 2 here. Now it's the same as the intro. We have our 5, 7, open, open, 7, open, open. Back to 5 on the E, 5, open, open, 5, open, open. Now the only difference here is we're going to play the 5 on the E string and then the open B string to finish it off there. And we do that through 2 times and we're calling that riff 2. So, and then repeat that again. And then from there we're going back into riff 1, which we did in the verse on our 2 on the D string. The 3. Back to riff 2 again. And do it 2 times. Back to riff 1 again there. And that's our verse there, so we're just doing our riff 2, riff 1, riff 2, riff 1 there, and then from there we're going into the pre-chorus. So let me play that verse a couple of times for you through. and we repeat riff 2 there, and then back to riff 1, and then we get into our pre-chorus. So let's have a look at that there. So for our pre-chorus, we're going to play the 3rd fret on the A string, open E, open G, and then back to the 3rd fret, open E, G, 3rd fret, and then we play 3rd fret on the B, open G, 3rd fret, 3rd fret on the B, open G, 3rd fret on the A, 3rd fret on the B, and open G. So it sounds confusing, but it's not too hard, that part. So let's do it slowly. We do that 2 times. Now the next part, you can just leave your little finger on the 3rd fret. We played exactly the same, but we're doing it with an open A string this time. So open A, open E, open G, open A, E, G, A, and then back to the 3rd fret on the B, open G, open A, 3rd fret, open G, open A, 3rd fret on the B, open G, and we just do that through 2 times there. So then go back to the first one and repeat that again 2 times. And again. And then back to the second one where we're playing the open A, but just do it once. And then to finish that off, we're going to play the 5th fret on the D, the open G, 3rd fret on the B, and we just strum that down, and you can play the open E there as well. And then we're just going to play the open D, hammer onto the 2nd fret there, and then open G. So that last little part, the chord. And then from there we're going back into the 2nd verse, and he does that all on an electric guitar there. So let's play that pre-chorus through a couple of times through. From there we're going into our next verse. Let's have a look at that now. So our next verse changes. We're going to start on the 3rd fret on the E string, and then play open B, G and D, and then do that again, open B, G and D. So, and then play the 2nd fret on the G, open D, 3rd fret on the E, and do that again. And then just to finish that off, 2nd fret on the G, open D. So let me do that slowly for you, and we do that through 2 times. Again. For the next part, we just play the open E, 2nd fret on the E, high E, open B, 2nd fret on the D. So this is similar to our verse there, or our intro, and then we do that again, E, B, D, and then 3rd fret on the B, open G, D, and then do that again, 3, open 2, and then just 3, open, and we do that through 2 times, so slowly. And we just repeat that part through 3 times, that whole section through 3 times. And that's a little instrumental part and our verse for 2 times. Let's do that a couple of times through. Do that through 3 times there, and that's our 2nd verse. So then from there we go to our pre-chorus. Now that's exactly the same, except we don't put our chord at the end with our hammer on. We just keep playing that section 2 times. So the open A, E, G, A, so, and then our 3rd fret B. And just do that 2 times. And then from there we go into our chorus. Let's have a look at that. So for our chorus, we're just playing the D chord. We're going to play the 2nd fret on the G, 3rd on the B, 2nd on the E, back to the B, and we do that 4 times. And then we're going to play the open G, 1st fret on the B, open E, 1st fret on the B. Do that once. Then we're going to do this big stretch here. We're going to play the 1st fret on the open G, 1st fret on the B, 5th fret this time on the E, back to 1st fret on the B. And then we're dropping back to the 3rd fret on the E, so open G, 1st fret on the B, 3rd fret on the E, and back to the B, and do that 2 times. So let me do that part slowly for you. And we do that whole section through 3 times. So let's do that up to speed on the D. And again. And do that through 3 times. And the heavy guitar is just playing a D power chord and a C power chord. There, so 5th fret on the A string, 7 on the D and the G, and then come back 2 frets and the 5th power chord there. So we do that through 3 times, and then to finish it off we do the D again, but we only do it 2 times. Then we're going to play D sus4, so open D string, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd on the B, and we're going to play the 3rd on the E, back to D, to a sus2, so just take your 2nd finger off, open E, back to D. Then we're going to jump to this chord here to finish it off, so we've got 3rd fret on the A, 2nd on the D, open G, 1st fret on the B, and 3rd fret on the E. And then to finish that off, we're going to play the 3rd fret E, open G, 5th fret on the B and the G, slide up, or we're sliding up to the 5th fret from the 3rd fret. Play the 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 1st fret on the B, open G, and then 2nd fret on the D, and then back to 1st fret on the B and open G. So that last part slowly. And then from there we're just going back to what we did in the verse. So we have the 5 on the D and the 7 E, open B, open G 2 times, to 5 on the E, and finish on the 5, E, open B, and do that 2 times. And that's our chorus there. So let me play that a few times up to speed for you. And that's our chorus there. From there we go into the solo. So let's have a look at the rhythm to that first, and then we'll do the solo at the end. So for our solo, we're starting the 6th fret on the A string, and then play 8 on the B, 8 on the G, and 8 on the D, and do that 2 times. Just don't leave out the 6th bass. And and then just play 6 on the B, 8 G, 8 D, and do that 2 times, and finish on the 6 and the 8 there. So slowly. And do that 2 times. Then we're going to drop to the 3rd fret on the A string, play the 3rd fret A, and then the 3rd fret on the B, open G, open D, and then do that again. Then come up to the 5th fret on the B, open G, open D, 5th fret on the B, open G, open D, 5th fret on the B, open G, and we do that through 2 times. Then go back to the first one again, do that the same. 6, 2 times. And to finish off, we're going to do the same as we did before. Up to the 5. And we just go from there back to the 1st fret on the A, play the 3rd fret on the D, open G, open B, and just repeating that. It just fades out on that chord there, so. And fades out there. And then to finish it off at the end of the solo, he's just playing open B, G, and D. And finish on the open B there. So let me play that rhythm behind the solo there for you. That's the rhythm behind the solo there. And then from there we go back to the 2nd verse, we do that the same. The 2nd pre-chorus we do the same, then the chorus again, and then we have this little outro, which is going to be similar to our verse. 5 on the D, 7 E, open B, open G. We do that 2 times. Back to the 5 on the E, open B, open G, and again, and then finish on the 5 and the open. And we play that through 5 times. 5 times, and then to finish we just play the 5 on the D, 7 on the E, open B, open G, open B, and then just strum down on the open G, B, and 7th fret on the E there. So that last little part. And they're all the clean parts. Now let's have a look at the solo. So we're going to start on the 8th fret on the G, then play the 10th fret on the G with a bend and release, then go up to the 12th fret on the G. We're going to do a bend and a half here, a tone and a half, bend and release, back to the 10th fret, bend and release on the G, then play the 8th fret, slide back to the 3rd fret, and then slide from the 3rd fret up to the 5th, and then play the 5th fret there, and then we play 5th fret D, G, D, and it's palm muted, and then play the G on the 5th fret, slide up to the 7, back to the 5. So let me play that first part slowly for you. again, 8th fret on the G, bend on the 10, bend on the 12, back to bend on the 10. This time we slide from the 8 to the 3 and slide up to the 7, do a half bend, and then just play the 5, and then we just keep repeating that 7 half bend, 5, and again. And it just keeps doing that right to the end of the solo. So that's the whole solo there. Let's play it one more time, up to speed. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.